What is good, everybody? This is the Generation 71 coming to you with an actual YouTube video. It's not Twitch clips, it's not, highlights. It's not updates, it's an actual YouTube content video thing. I know how to speak, I swear. Yeah, today we're actually going into kind of a special video. I was talking to this guy the other day, and he had actually made a list with his buddies on Discord, talking about the top 10 games of the last decade. And so he went over that, and since I work for a particular gaming retailer, he asked my opinions, like, what do you think of the list? I was like, yeah, I definitely can agree with a lot of those things on there. And he actually challenged me, or not challenged me, but he was like, yeah, I mean, let me know about your list when you make it. It's like, okay, sounds good. So I was just gonna give him a list, but then I was like, you know what, I might actually use this for YouTube content. So my list, I will preference it first off, is obviously there's gonna be somebody in the comments down below is like, you're wrong, you didn't put my favorite game on there. Okay, look, dude, like, I get it, everybody has their own list. This is my list. You want to make a list, go make a video. You know what I mean? Second off, this list isn't going to be necessarily my favorite games of the last decade. I am going to take into account multiple different factors, such as possible like sales, the impact in culture, society, worldwide, what was happening at the time when the game released, things of that nature. So my list isn't necessarily going to be my favorite, like my favorite hits or whatever. It's just going to be stuff that like, this is something where I think this should take it for this year because of this or that. So again, our lists are probably not going to align because this will technically not even align with my own list. These are just things that I think that culturally need to be spoken about because of the impact that it had. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. I technically already have 2010 looked up because I kind of wanted to see how difficult this would be, and it's going to get difficult. So let's go ahead and move over there. So from here, what you can see is that there's already a ton of fantastic games. So there was Mass Effect, Red Dead. Nier technically is big now, but it wasn't as big as it was back then. And surprisingly enough, Super Mario Galaxy 2 did not actually outsell Super Mario Galaxy, even though, in my personal opinion, I thought it was a better game, and it had Yoshi. I mean, who doesn't love Yoshi? I mean, you had Black Ops, Xenoblade Chronicles, Pokemon Black and White, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. There's already like so many good things on here. The Michael Jackson Experience, Arcana Gothic, Max and the Magic Marker. Oh my god, do you guys remember that game? I don't even know that game. So NBA Jam, all of this. So this one's gonna be one of the shorter ones because I technically have already had a chance to look, and I have to give it to Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 in general was probably the best out of the trilogy from what I've heard a lot of people, because first one was good, but I've heard a lot of people were turned off because of the controls, and then they fixed those in 2, which was fantastic. But then 3 obviously originally had that disappointment of didn't matter what you chose, you pretty much got the same ending, and a lot of people were not happy with that. So I think 2, considering that as well as everything else, I think it has to take 2010. Now, this is saying, like, I'm a Nintendo kid. I love Super Mario Galaxy 2. Call of Duty Black Ops, that's where my YouTube career started, was with zombies and Easter eggs. So it's one of those things that it's hard not to pick that one myself. Amnesia, I am a whore when it comes to like horror games, as well as like I'm a snob, so I love Amnesia. Limbo is fantastic. I spent too much time on Pokemon Black and White. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, a lot of people won't agree with this. So Assassin's Creed up until 3 had the main story, and then after that it's like we're going into the past for fun. I feel like out of all of that, from 1 to 3, Brotherhood was the best one out of all those. I wanted to give it to Revelations, but Revelations killed it for me. So what Brotherhood and Revelations had was the Brotherhood mechanic, but with killed it with me in Revelations, I had a better Brotherhood mechanic, but I didn't like the bomb making mechanic. I hated the bomb making mechanic, and to like 100% sync, you needed to make the bombs, which was so annoying. So but just to kind of put people in perspective, a lot of people love New Vegas. I was never really a Rock Band person. I was more of a Guitar Hero person. God of War 3 was a fantastic hack and slash. What else is just popping out my eye here? I think that was the last big one. So just goes to show you, even though I personally have a lot of bias towards the other games, like I said, I had to get to Mass Effect 2. So Batman Arkham City, ooh, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, it's gonna be, oh, but Portal 2, man, nah. It is definitely gonna be hard to beat Elder Scrolls unless there's something else iconic that comes out. Ocarina of Time 3D. Wow, it came to PS3 later. I did not know that. And granted, again, so I picked Mass Effect because I haven't personally played it, and with the trilogy re-releasing, I might actually pick that up. I'm still undecided, but I did not realize that it came later to the PS3. That's interesting. Well, fun fact for you guys, so we're learning. Oh, that Dead Space 2. Oh man, Dead Space 2. Okay, I think you guys already know this, but like realistically, as much as I love some of the other games on here, the winner for this one is Skyrim. Skyrim sold so much, has been re-released for your toaster. I mean, Skyrim was a beast of its own. So I think we all knew as soon as we read that 2011, it was like, yeah, Skyrim, that's all it is. But again, Batman Arkham City is fantastic. With that one, I personally still prefer Asylum. A lot of people crucify me for that. I don't know why, but I prefer Asylum over City. Obviously, a Little Big Planet 2, love that game, the creative mode, or like, that was like, I guess Mario Maker before Mario Maker, I guess. What else? Gears of War 3 was fantastic. I literally, I have a story. I actually should have been I grew up as a Nintendo kid, but once I actually got a job when I was a teenager and bought my first system, I ended up actually buying a 360, so by all intents and purposes, I should have been an Xbox guy. But I bought it for Gears of War, and literally the day after I finished Gears of War, it red ringed on me. So it was one of those things I just never looked back. Got a PS3, and I don't regret getting a PS3. I definitely have a lot of history on the PS3, a lot of cool people that I met on all there. But all intents and purposes, I probably should have been a 360 kid or a teenager, you know, one of those guys just saying absolute utter garbage on Xbox Live. So but yeah, like I said, Elder Scrolls definitely wins. So all right, man, why was it only 2010 that gave us all the pictures? All these other ones are like, nah man, you can go look it up yourself. So remember when your teachers told you not to use Wikipedia for your sources, but a lot of people did it anyways because you would literally just go to the links that they links. Like, I used Wikipedia to lead me to the links to find this information. So alrighty, so The Walking Dead, episode 5. Oh man, I finished the first one. I never finished season 2 and beyond. I still have them on my computer, so let me know if you guys want to see me play that, stream it, whatever. Let me know, comment section down below, you know. And then as always, because, you know, why not? I just called it out right now. I just gotta remember where it is. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Having a good time, and then streaming on Twitch most days, so if you guys want to set up a follow over there, is always good. So, and I used to have to do that post edit, and I can just do it during a video. It's funny. Okay. So with this one, this is going to be a little bit more towards, you know, bias, just because if I remember correctly, again, Mass Effect 3 had more of an infamous launch than anything else because it just, again, just made a lot of people mad because with the endings and all that. I'm re-examining to see if there's anything, and yeah, no, so I am personally gonna have to give it to Borderlands 2. To this day, I love Borderlands 2, and I felt that, so again, working in gaming retail, Borderlands 2 was the only season pass in recent memory for that type of game, obviously, because I'm one of those guys. And I guess they don't do it anymore, but when Call of Duty did season passes, I would do those season passes. But Borderlands was the only one that I could always recommend 100% of my heart, just because the DLC felt like it was just an entirely new game. Like, in the sense of like, you just had that much content, not because of like, oh, things were different. No, you just had that much content. And you don't really see, especially season passes, do that at all. Now, that being said, obviously, Gearbox and all that, some controversy there, with all gaming companies, honestly, but I would definitely, from this list, probably have to give it to Borderlands 2. I think that's a solid one, so, was this the year? This was the, oh my god, this actually, damn, okay. Okay, so, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still selling fantastically to this day. So what, 7 years later, 8 years, 2001, I forget, or 2021, it's a battle. Grand Theft Auto or Last of Us, like, they're both fantastic games. They both sold out of their minds. Yes, you could say that Grand Theft Auto looks like it had better ratings than Last of Us, but they both had a huge impact. I am going... Either way, I'm getting crucified by one fandom or the other. Last was Grand Theft Auto. Just give it to Grand Theft Auto. I didn't want to say that, but I said it. Give it to Grand Theft Auto. 2013 goes to Grand Theft Auto. The only reason why is we have seen a sequel for Last of Us, and that one showed that they couldn't keep the critically acclaimed game. There's people that love the second one, people that love the first one. And even though they did the port over to PS4, Grand Theft Auto still continues to sell brand new. Again, working gaming retail, another for a fact. People continue to spend a ton of money on shark cards, and it just shows you just how much of an impact that community has had on the gaming industry, to the point that even like a game like Red Dead 2 is getting flagged for its online because of what Grand Theft Auto was able to do in the online space. So I think because of that, I have to give it to Grand Theft Auto. That being said, and I haven't had a chance because apparently they haven't released it yet, I believe that the multiplayer for Last of Us is severely underrated and did not get a full chance, and I'm hoping that with them re-releasing it, something will happen. So alright, if you see a difference all of a sudden, not only did I have to do this the next day because I ended up getting a call yesterday, and yeah, that's bleh. So but we also have different cameras now. I'm constantly just changing what I do, how I do stuff, and so now I'm experimenting with this. So yeah, you might see the actual original camera webcam that I didn't realize the first time I used it. My settings that I had set up for it didn't save, and then now I had to redo the settings from yesterday because those don't save and all that. I don't know. Stuff is complicated. So, but yeah, you might also see the new webcam that I'm using, or not webcam, it's actually my phone. So, but yeah. But now we're in 2014, so 2014 is definitely going to be a little bit more interesting. And we kind of figured out already that these are just some of the more top-rated games, not every game. Because I was about to say, there's more games that came out in certain years, but this one's a little bit more as far as top games that have come out. So, Shovel Knight's fantastic. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U was good, but again, it was on the Wii U. I was one of the 7 people that owned the Wii U, so... Ooh, Dark Souls 2, Out of the Park Baseball, Velocity. See, for the ones that are, like, highest rating... They're weird compared to just some of the other games that came out, I guess. Guacamelee, Fez, and Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2. Yeah, that series is still going on to this day. Like, what, they have 4 installments now? It's insane. So, apparently it's really good. I've been told that since I like Persona, if I like Persona, I should try out the Trials of Cold Steel 2. Jesus, I had a brain fart. You see, you don't record for a day and it just throws off your game. Yeah, I'm generally okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, again, like I said, there's going to be a lot of things on this list that people are going to be like, you didn't include this, you didn't include that. Well, one of the things is it has to have sold well, got good ratings and all that. So I think looking at the top part of Wikipedia, I think that's fair for the most part. So, so out of all these ones, man, this one's a little bit tough, but I think I definitely have to give it to, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls in general has a ravage fan base, and Dark Souls 2, what I've been told is it took the clunkiness out of the first one and just made it overall better. So I think for a cultural effect, because everything is compared to Dark Souls, this is the Dark Souls of baseball games, this is the Dark Souls of Cookie Mama games, I think it definitely has to go to Dark Souls 2. So alrighty, 2015, what do we got here? 2015, and I think at this point I am going to split this up into 2 parts. I think it'd be fair because I know I've been recording for a while now, and again, it took 2 days. So from this one, Metal Gear Solid, Phantom Pain, Journey, that was re-released, yeah, PS4. Undertale, oof. Divinity, Mario Kart 8, the DLC, ooh, The Witcher, oof. Okay. We got to talk here. Let. I can't, dude. This one's gonna get me crucified because I do have a bias on this one. I really, really do. And again, I can only pick one for 1 year, so I don't know what I want to do. I legit have to choose Undertale. Oh, I know. So many people are gonna bash on me for not choosing The Witcher. This is a little bit of a personal bias, but it also is, as far as cultural effect goes. Yes, The Witcher was fantastic. It even promoted a Netflix series, and there are people that love it to the point that that's why so many people were so offended by Cyberpunk not being as fantastic, you know. But Undertale, the reason I think, again, besides bias, is you did have a major cultural effect, and in some ways negative. I mean, obviously you had MatPat that gave the version of the game to the Pope, which that sounds funny, but he explained like why he did it and some of the other gifts that other people gave to the Pope. So there's things that are like, you know, a little bit out of context. There was some reason on it. But you also had like some negative stuff, like people would literally go into YouTube, like videos, streams on Twitch or whatever, and if you didn't play it the right way, quote unquote, the right way, you just were ravaged by that fan base. And it's one of those, again, culture effect could be positive, could be negative. So I think I definitely have to give it to Undertale. So it also doesn't help that when I played The Witcher, I went into an area that I was severely underleveled on, and I used Igni and set myself on fire. So that doesn't help the situation either. So, alrighty, guys. Well, I think at this point, in case I do use the regular one, I think at this point, I'm going, like I said, cut it there for now, make this a two-parter because this is already a fairly long video. So I've enjoyed it, though. This is something, again, that just popped into my head, but then made me really excited to do. So hopefully I will start doing more stuff like this. And I'm getting more comfortable with the webcam. Like I said, I'm still working with different things. I don't even know where to stare, there. Ooh, so. But if you guys like what I'm doing, again, always, I guess I could do this here, but if I use the other camera, you're not going to see it. So I might have to put this in post-edit, I guess. The complications. But make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already hit subscribe. Oh, you heard the click in the microphone too. Ha ha ha. And then as well, make sure to hit follow on Twitch. We're having a good time over there. So anyways, this has been The Generation 71, and we'll catch you guys later.